Welcome to the lab for Chapter 12 of Price Analysis, a fundamental approach to the study of commodity prices. In this lab, we're going to learn several skills. One of them is how to use Google Translate to read crop reports in languages other than English. The second thing we're going to learn is how to use a program called Tabula to extract data that's locked in tables inside PDF files. And the third thing that we're going to learn is how to use basic operations within the command line prompt to do, in our example, to combine CSV files into one CSV file. And the final thing that we're going to learn is a very useful tool within Excel is how to use the VLOOKUP function to get data from a big table into a little bit more useful context. I'm really excited about the skills that we learn in this chapter because I think they'll be really useful to you going forward. First of all, I didn't realize how good Google Translate had gotten and that we could actually read these crop reports that are in other languages written by people in their home country. That's just a really invaluable source of information that not many people have taken advantage of yet. The second is this ability to use the Tabula software to get data from PDF files into CSV files can actually be a really big informational advantage as well. There's a lot of data out there that's trapped in PDF files, and if you don't have a technology like this and you really need the data, you're either going to, one, throw up your hands and give up, or two, try to copy and paste and reformat by hand all of the line breaks, and that, believe me, is a really, really painful process. So being able to understand how to use Tabula to extract that kind of information in at least a semi-automatic way is really powerful. Finally, Excel's VLOOKUP function is probably the most cited of the getting towards more advanced Excel functionality. So if you claim to be a power Excel user and you were not able to use the VLOOKUP function, then people would be looking at you pretty skeptically. So I'm really glad that we have an opportunity here where we can have a real-life example of how we would use this function. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do in this lab is we're going to go to the CONAB website. Remember, that's the Brazilian Department of Agriculture where they report on the crops at least once a month. And we're going to go back and we're going to find crop reports from last year, and we're going to get the reports that were released during the key growing season. So you'll remember planting is happening in October and November, and then the growing season is December and January, and harvest starts in February. So we're going to go back and we're going to find the crop reports from December 2016, January 2017, and February 2017. And so that's going to be 3 PDF files, and we're going to import those PDF files into the Tabula software. We're going to go find that soybean table that has the production, yield, and acreage estimates for the country of Brazil and the important soybean producing states. And we're going to extract that table into a CSV file. So we'll have 3 CSV files, one for each report. Then we'll use some functionality on the command line, which may be the first time you've ever done anything on the command line, many of you anyway. So we'll learn how we can use some simple commands in the command prompt and combine 3 CSV files into one. We could do it by hand since it's only 3. But I wanted to give you this skill because I've found myself so many times in my career where I need to get like 20 CSV files combined into one. So this ability to automate it is something that you will probably find useful at some point in your life. So once we've done that, once we've got all of those reports into one file, what I basically want to look at is how the production estimates evolved over each month of last year's crop report in Brazil. And we can only do that by extracting the data from the PDF files because the CONAB website provides historical data series for the annual estimates, so they're final estimates, but they do not have in a nice queryable form or available as a CSV, as far as I can tell, those monthly historical revisions available. So we'll be able to do that. And so then we'll see, were they raising expectations for crop yield as the growing season progressed, or were they lowering expectations for yield as the crop progressed? Alright, so in the next few minutes we're going to be getting things set up. The first thing we need to do is go to Tabula's website and get the software installed. So follow this link and you'll come here to this download page. You'll either download the software for Windows or for Mac depending on your situation. And there is detailed instructions here on the website about how to actually get it installed and used. Oh, sorry, the instructions are here on how you get the software installed into your computer there. So once you've installed Tabula and got everything ready to go, you should be looking at this web browser that the software loads into. And I've provided you a link on the lab instructions if this web application didn't load on its own. Alright, so the next thing that I want you to do is navigate to your Downloads folder and create a new folder named ACE 427, Chapter 12, or something like that. Just create a new empty folder in a convenient location that you'll easily be able to drop stuff into. So once you have your folder ready in the Downloads folder, we're going to next go to the ConAb website and navigate to where the crop surveys are. So here's the homepage for the ConAb website. And if I go here to this Products and Services menu, down to Crops, and choose Crop Surveys, we'll get the information that we want. So here's the web page that we're going to download the PDF crop reports from. And remember, we are going to be getting information from the grains report. This is the one that contains information for the corn, soybeans, wheat, the main kind of grain, food grain kind of products. And we want December 2016, January 2017, and February 2017. So we're going to be keying on this date of publication here. And we're going to need to go backwards a few pages. I chose 3, but 2 it looks like was the smarter choice. So here we go. We want the grains, December 2016, grains, January 2017, grains, February 2017. So all 3 of the reports that we want are on this second page of the release table. So I'm going to go, here it is, the December 2016. I'm going to click this link. It opens it in a new tab for me. And I'm just going to grab this URL, copy and paste, Control-C, and navigate over here to my Tabula software. And click Browse, Control-V. And if I click Import, it'll start uploading this file. So while that's going, let's navigate back and find the next report that we need. That was December. I'm going to get the January grains report. Click, and it's opening it in the tab. So make sure I've got January, and I'm going to grab this link, Control-C, and this isn't quite done yet, so I'm going to let it sit. And this is my December one. I'm going to click Tabula again. It'll go back to this home page, and I can deal with my December report in a couple minutes when I get everything in there. If I click Browse again, Control-V, my January report, back into the dialog box and click Open, we'll do the same thing again. So while this works, I'm going to go and get my February report ready. February grains, copy the link. Oh shoot, I forgot to click Import for January. So we're going to wait a minute. Alright, I'm going to click the Tabula button again and drop in my February link. Okay, so now we've got all of the files into Tabula. I'm going to end this video here and we'll continue on with the rest of the exercises in future videos.